All right, this is this is our first shaping session of the board and train with Ellie Mae, who is about, I'm trying to remember how old she is. She's coming up on a year, I believe, in a couple weeks here. And she's obviously super adorable. She gets away with a lot of jumping and stuff a lot at home. She likes to jump up on the couch without permission. Otherwise, she's like a perfect dog. She really has no like true behavioral issues. I just love her to pieces. She's such a cool dog. I'm gonna move this over here real fast. There we go. But yeah, she's just been absolutely incredible. I picked her up yesterday, and we've really just been working on, hey, don't like scratch the crap out of me whenever you notice how she's jumping, but she's jumping over there. It's because I punished it, right? It's a big nasty word. I punished it. I said off, and I gave her a little knee bump to the chest. A, that's not painful, first of all. B, it doesn't cause fear. It causes clarity, right? I can tell in the dog. She obviously doesn't hate me. It didn't make our relationship suffer. It caused a lot of clarity there. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move my little seat over here, and we're gonna play the yo-yo game. And what this means is we're gonna teach her what words mean you get paid on me, what words mean that you get paid over there, and what words mean I'm gonna come to you for payment, okay? So in order to do this clearly, I have to have a word that means each of those things. If you've followed me for very long, you know that there's 3 words that I use. This is called the yo-yo game. There's 3 words that I use in the process of this to essentially teach the dog what the communication system is. So when I throw a treat, I'm gonna say break, and then I'm gonna throw it, okay? When I receive the dog, I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna just hold up a handful of food here, and I'm gonna repeat that. Break. Break, you get paid over there. Yes, she gets paid right here, okay? Right now, it's kind of experimental. Break. But very quickly what happens is the dog starts to develop a reflexive reaction to that. Yes. Break. Yes. Excellent. And I'm going to withhold for just a second, and we're going to add our last one here. Good. Okay. Every dog gets this in about 2 minutes. Break. Yes. And by not helping her, what I'm doing is allowing this awkward silence, this kind of pause in activity, to motivate her to do something. It's a little social pressure. Good. And I know that it's going to work because, so notice I'm removing it here. Good. No. Good. So now she knows, oh, if I don't keep my butt down, then I don't get paid. Break. And then I obviously want to release her before she decides to get up on her own. Yes. Break. Yes. What's that box? What's that box right there? What's in there? And then I withhold. Sorry, my eyes are itching. Good. Break. Yes. So she's sniffing my little coffee table over there, and when I said yes, she literally recalled. So it turns the yes into like a recall word. Good. So when I call the dog later on, when we're on the long leash and we're outside, and I call Ellie Mae, and she looks at me, then I'm gonna say yes, and that causes her to come towards me. Break. Break means you get paid over there. could mix it up a little bit. Break. Break. This also is a really good way to exhaust your puppy. If you want to be lazy, and just sit still. Break. Yes. You see that we're starting to get that reflexive movement. Break. These are tiny pieces. Yes. And she's finding them really easily. Good girl. Good job, Mama. I can hold for a second. Good. Okay. That's about as no. Good. That's about as complicated as I want to make it today. Eventually I'll use a progression marker where the dog continues to keep offering things. So like she's in a sit right now, but eventually she would offer a down if I either A, ignore her, or B, give her a good. Good. See what I'm saying? Dogs get this very, very quickly. Beautiful. She's so advanced, honestly. I didn't think she was gonna do it. I was like questioning. Great. And notice she's not getting up until I actually release her, which is exactly what I want. It's excellent. Ready? Break. Yes, good girl. Oh, get it. Get it. Fendi, quit. I know, she's working right now. Good. So my marker timing, it should be simultaneous with no. No. She's trying to get that piece of food out of her mouth. Good. It was like stuck in her cheek, sorry. It's my fault because when I'm shifting the food to sit in my hand like this, and I do this, it kind of lures the dog down. So that's why she was getting up a second ago. Break. Yes. Now I'm using my markers to mark the behavior. So first I was charging my markers, I was teaching her what they mean. Now I'm literally just marking the behavior. Now I can actually show her what follows. So instead of having a kind of a previous associative effect, girl. Break. Now I'm waiting for her to turn. Yes. We're gonna do one more of those sit and down combos. Good. And notice the tone and the length of my good marker without any food reward causes her to progress into the down. Good. She's freaking intelligent because dogs are smart. I haven't met a dog that doesn't understand this. Good. Break. Yes. Excellent job. Very nice. And that was her breakfast. So in shaping, the point of this whole exercise is to teach her that A, I need to know what words mean that I get paid where. B, I want to start seeing a reflexive response once I say the word. So as she turns and she's over there, that's when I usually will give the marker and she explodes into my space, right? And I want that. I really want that. So this is called the yo-yo game. Again, it's break, yes, and then good would be in a stationary position. Usually what I do is the first payment for good is usually for eye contact, and then eventually a sit and eventually a down. But today she just started offering on her own, And I was like, okay, here we go, you know. And that's the nice thing about doing it this way is I can kind of see where the dog is in the continuum of shaping and know exactly where to go next. So for her, what we're gonna start doing is the next probably 2 food sessions, I'll probably use a little mixture of free shaping and assisted shaping, where I actually start luring her a little bit. And in the grand scheme of things, assisted shaping would be considered negative reinforcement. I'm removing access to something for a moment to increase the likelihood of her offering a behavior. So similar to her, when I went down to pay her and I kind of flipped my hand to get the food right in my hand, she kind of went into a down, or she got up actually out of the sit. So to get her back into the sit, all I had to do is remove the food, okay? So that's the thing, is it's a type of pressure. It adds to my social pressure on the dog. So she got that very, very clearly. And notice that now she's kind of in this state where I haven't released her yet and she's just offering things. Good girl. And I'm variably reinforcing her by using physical touch because she loves to be petted. She's a goodish girl. Yeah. That's all you get for breakfast, you little fox. You're my little foxy girl. Yeah, you look like a little fox. So free, go right. Good job. So free means that there is no reinforcement, but you're done, right? You can just go be released to your own, do your own thing. So she needs to poop. I just saw her dilate, so I'm gonna take her outside and we're gonna continue the same video. Here you go, potty. And we're gonna use a retractable. Hi, baby girl. You're so good. Where do you go, poo-poos? Grab a bag. Alright, this thing is on here. You ready? Yeah. Alright, so at the door right here, I'm gonna push her back a little bit, a little doorway control, just because I live in such close proximity to other people. There you go, sit. I'm gonna give a little pressure up on the leash here. It's a little negative reinforcement as well. Sit. Good. Nice job. No. Pressure up. Good. She got a lot faster that time. Good. Mess with the doorknob. Good. Very nice. That was a good little check-in there. Good girl. No. Pop. This time we've escalated to a positive punishment. Very good. With pressure. Okay. At the doorknob. Crack the door a little bit. No. The door closes. I push back. Pressure up. Good. And if I want to be able, good, very nice. She's slowing that whole, see that little yawn there of acceptance. She's trying to down-regulate all that excited emotion at the door. No. Back her up, pop. Pressure. Show her exactly what to do here. Good, very nice. Good job. No. Little pop there. Pressure for a sit. Release. Good. See how fast that goes? It's pretty quick on the continuum. Okay, let's go. Nice job, mama. We're not going to be super specific about our walk right now. We're just going to go out here to go potty. Oh, get that buggy. Get that bug. Can you get it? You're so cute. Get that bug. You don't get him? You are so cute. All right, go potty. What do you think, girl? What do you think? Good girl. Hi. How you doing? Break. when we're out here going potty, I typically don't say a whole lot. I just want to move around a lot. So after she sniffs for a little bit, I'll just go, okay, let's go. We're gonna move to a different location. And if you circulate, the movement will eventually get her pooping. So it's like a nice little free walk. There's not really any sort of heel that we're teaching here. We're literally just letting her be a dog. You're doing so good. Checking it all out. Nice job, Mama. Smell all the pee-pee the dogs have put on that. All right, let's go. We're gonna move over here to the other side. What are you doing? So right now, when she's in free, so there's 4 kind of categories. There's 2 categories that increase. There's 2 categories that are, there's 2 categories that are opportunity categories for high arousal. That would be freedom and play. And there's 2 categories for low arousal that represent acceptance and inevitability, and that's work and rest. So they do kind of overlap. There's not a perfect, linear definition of everything. I try to be as flexible with these definitions as possible. Someone didn't pick up their dog poop. But I need the dog to be able to be free, which is just blasting energy out into the environment. Then I need them to be able to turn that energy back into me through play. And those are my outside high arousal, high energy, high output categories. And that's what she's allowed to do right now. Is if she wanted to, and she wanted to zoom around, then I would totally let her, because that's gonna ultimately give her a little exercise, but also give her the ability to just be a dog, And I feel like everybody's focused on control and compliance. And there's a difference between connecting with the dog and giving them biological fulfillment and getting trust from them, and then turning them into a robot, And I'm not interested in the robot stuff. Like, I want the dog to be a dog, but when it's time to behave, to not jump on people, not just jump up onto the couch, all the little issues that you're having at home, not exploding on other dogs while we're on the walk, etc. And there's a lot of different kind of things to bring up in the process of that, but just to keep it really simple, I ultimately, in my work category, which is the bottom right category, is I'm trying to get an acceptance of inevitability, meaning that if I say that you have to sit, then you have to. We're not going anywhere. We're not progressing until you do that thing. So if I, for example, at the doorway, just let her go on through, progression just reinforced that last thing that we broke, which was her getting up out of the sit without me releasing her. So I would say a good amount of your problems with your potty training are probably that she just needs you to give her more opportunities to potty outside. So as soon as I saw that she needed to go, I was like, I'm not going to let you rehearse one time of pooping in my house. So we're going to be out here until she poops. So I think you'll also find that she may want to travel further and use that nose more than you might think. She's got that nose on the ground. She loves to explore. She's very close to the ground too. So that's probably something that I would do a little bit more of. You're doing so good. Yeah, what do you think, girl? You're doing so good. Just being a dog. And that's why I like the retractable, is that it gives me the ability to very conveniently give her that freedom without having to like manage this huge long leash, especially when it's like wet outside and the leash is dragging on the ground. Then there will be times that we will let her drag the long leash. All these magnolia trees are very sick. I think they might have a boring disease. My sister is a zoological horticulturalist for coastal landscapes, which they're at like a huge nursery on the East Coast. And I sent her a picture of it, and she was like, oh my gosh, those trees are very sick. There's a lot of them that are that way. I think they're getting too much water or something. Good girl. All right, so I'm not gonna lock the leash here. I'm literally just gonna see what her emotional reaction is to this car. Girl. Nice job, mama. Go the distance here. So this is my little walking track right here that I usually use because there's no cars on it. And there's a lot of open grass once we get through there. She hears kids at the pool right now. You hear the kids? All right, we're gonna cross here. You're so cute. Good girl. The electric cars freak me out, man. They're like spaceships. Good girl. You go potty? Yeah, you're so happy. She's actually a pretty good free walker. Like, she's not zooming, she's not zigzagging a whole lot. Kind of a gentle, like a slowly oscillating dog, which is not bad. I don't hate it. You're doing so good. You're doing so good, girl. What'd you find? What'd you find there, huh? All right. You're so happy. She starts to smell something that she wants, and then she's like, oh, I gotta speed up. I smell something good. So I also love this big green space right here on the other side because it gives an opportunity for like a quick game of fetch or some freedom time. Good girl, Ellie Mae. All right, and we have liftoff. Good job, baby girl. Good girl. So as soon as she's done there, I'm gonna give her that yes marker and I'm gonna pay her on me. Yes. Are you still done? Are you still going? Still going. She said I gotta do a little here and a little here. Good. Yes, that was so good. Good girl. Just because you're struggling with it a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and definitely pay that. All right, I'm gonna clean this up and we're gonna keep going. All right, so we just picked up the poop and she's still dilating a little bit, like she's still kind of acting like she might need to keep going, so I left this open. I didn't tie it off yet. But what I love about this street is I can do a little street walking training. No, pop. Yeah. So that right there was a positive punishment, okay? Positive means that I added something. Punishment means that it's intended to decrease the behavior. And we can see that that is how she found it, was that it was punishing. Dogs decide what is punishing and what is reinforcing. So there are times where I might not use a certain type of leash pressure or a leash pop or whatever, just because the dog is either not responding to it at all, or they're responding in a way that I don't want them to. So I have to always remember that. Another thing that I prioritize too is the emotional state of the dog while I'm training them. So like if I'm not liking what I'm seeing there, so notice I just kind of kept walking there. And I'm just gonna keep walking and I'm adding physical pressure, but I'm also adding spatial pressure. And she realizes, oh shoot, you're 20 feet away, you know, I gotta get up there with you. Come on. A little pressure there. A little spatial pressure action. Look at that good girl. All right, the sun is starting to come out a little bit, so it's gonna be a lot hotter. We have this little kind of drainage ditch area right here, which is a great spot for freedom because dogs can check it out and kind of bounce through the grass and all that kind of stuff. All right, let's go. Good girl. And as far as she's concerned right now, let's go just means move with me. And that's kind of the four those are the kind of the 4 things that I want a dog to be able to do coherently: is move with me, move independently of me, not move while I move, and then rest with me, just be still with me. And that kind of encompasses the 4 different things that I need the dog to have a proclivity for, have the skill for. Yeah, you're not going down there, it's yucky. All right, and this loops around. This is the back of the complex here, which is great. And we're right here on Newport Royal and Thompson Station Road East. And it's blocked right now, so you saw the block earlier. This is the other side of the block, and that leads to a little neighborhood down here, and pretty soon they're gonna open all this up. So something that she did yesterday is pick up stuff off the ground. So I'm watching her so I can give her a little pop if she decides that she wants to do that. Good girl. We may have to sneak around this little gate here. Yeah, she is good at exploring, and I really love that. Do you need to go poop? Ooh, this is slick as snot. Slick as snot. It's all the drainage off of that big dumpster. Yucky. Good girl. Yeah, we can go around right here. Ooh, it got hot quick. You notice I do short little iterations on the asphalt because it's hot. And I let the dog have a choice. You can go back to the grass again if you want. This is a nice little area for freedom as well. Little rabbits and stuff like to hop back in there. What do you think, girl? What do you think? There's one of our cool maintenance guys. How's it going? Good. Come on. You see a friend? Did you see a friend? You're so good. All right, and here's our little dog park area right there. Nice little AstroTurf area. And what I'll do probably the next walk is show you the bluff. I'll save that for another time because it's kind of warm. You want to walk on the concrete over here? This is our little mail room that has yet to be opened, but they're about to open that up. And it's got a little dog washing station in it. Good girl. All right, there's some water. Let's give her a choice here. No? Yep. Little pop, okay? Big pop, actually. So she went to go lick it, and I said no, and I gave her that pop. So what she's starting to learn is that no means you're about to get punished. So that way, when you say no at home, she just stops. You go poo-poo? Yeah, you go poo-poos. Come on. You ready? She's like lagging a lot now. She's like, I don't want to. What are you doing, silly girl? What are you doing? Good girl. And for anybody who's watching this that disagrees with me popping that leash, would you rather me just let her eat the toxic water and these mushrooms? Would you rather me just let her get sick on something? Or should I help her distinguish between things that you can have and things that you can't have? How's it going?
Pretty good. How yourself, man?
Good. So you get to be the one to go check all these, huh?
Yeah,
Who is that?
on poop duty.
Who is that? Go say hi. Good girl. Who is that?
What's this one's name?
Good girl. This is Ellie Mae.
Really? Hey,
Say hi. Good girl.
pork mixed with sun?
I have no idea. She's wild. She's a client dog.
Looks like a...
She's like, can I get in your car with you?
Hey,
Good girl.
what's your name?
Maddie.
Maddie?
Yeah, I'm the one that lives over here. I'm a dog trainer.
Gotcha. Christian, nice to meet you.
Great to meet you, buddy. Good girl. You ready?
Eagle and corgi or something.
Yeah, she's a wild mix, and she's so spunky. Like, she's always happy, always smiling. Yeah. This is like the most reinforcing for her because she just loves people.
Oh.
All right, girl. You ready to go eat your
Go do your
breakfast?
thing.
Come on. Let's go.
Man, well, it's nice to
Take
meet
care.
you.
Yes, sir. Take care, Christian. Good girl. That's probably the most reinforcing thing, too, is that, like, when we go out and you're free, you can go meet people, you know? It's like, it's exciting, you know? But she has to wait for that release. She needs to ask for permission, sort of. But she'll learn. She'll figure that out. But I wanted her to make a new friend. That was perfect. Do you need to go? Oh, I got stuck on that netting. Do you need to go poo-poo? I'm gonna give her a couple more minutes out here to see if she needs to go poop. Because she was acting like she still had some in the chamber. You go poo-poos? Go poop. Good girl, you just resting? She said, I want to spend all day outside. In the shade, in the nice cool mud. That's a good girl. Good girl. All right, let's go. She said, I'm all done. Let's go get you some water. Good girl. That's another thing too, is that a lot of the reasons that dogs poop is not because of their food intake, but because of their water intake. They're overhydrated, so it kind of lubricates the bowels a lot more. They have so much more water sitting on their stomach, so they tend to poop a lot more. Good girl. You're so cool. All right, we're gonna do the same exact thing that we did before. We're gonna come to a stop. We're gonna give pressure up for a sit right here. How do I turn off that pressure, Uncle Maddie? Good. Very nice. Release that slack there. Good job. And as I go to open this door, if she gets up, no, pressure turns back on. Good. This is a very good teaching moment, okay? Okay, good girl. Good job, Mama. Very nice. Want some water? Are you thirsty? Come here. Good girl. All right, let's give you some agua. Just some water here. All right, we're gonna let her have some water there. So that was a really good first little walk. There's Bendy. She's just staying for the day today. She's a sweet girl. And after she gets done drinking this water, I'm gonna let them meet. Good girl, Ellie Mae. Look at her. Was that a good walkie? Did you like that? Oh, so sweeties. So I want you to notice that we're in at about 34 minutes right now. So we just did a charging your markers and shaping session, and then we did a free walk with a let her go potty. That's kind of what you would do on a day-to-day basis. Like, you don't need to do hours and hours worth of training. Even 1 hour worth of training is too much for most dogs. So for her, I kind of agree with Christian. I think she's probably like a Beagle Corgi mix of some kind. She's just, gosh, she's so cute. She's so adorable. Come here, Ellie Mae. Yes, good girl. Oh, come here. Oh, you like that cold floor? Look at that good girl. Very nice. So you notice that so use these 4 windows right here as our example. So the top two windows represent freedom and play, and the bottom two windows represent work and rest, okay? What that means is if I want to give the dog a kind of whole picture, well-rounded approach to life, I need to give the dog access to all four. Freedom is blasting energy out into nature. It's pushing energy into the environment. It's chasing, hunting, killing, just being insane. There's no rules, there's no commands, there's no markers, okay? Except for maybe saying no from time to time and punishing for drinking gross water. In play, the dog now points that energy back into me through a toy, okay? Or through just space games, like I can just play, we could wrestle or something like that. On the bottom row here, we have work, which is where I'm getting the dog to channel that energy into some sort of task. And then we have rest, which is exactly what she's doing right now. And rest encompasses about 98 to 99% of the day. It's the dog just literally coexisting. A dog who acts like this during the day, I can leave her out. She doesn't need to be in a crate, right? She's chill. She understands that when we're outside, that's for freedom and play. When we're inside, that's for rest and work. So she's doing awesome. I'm really, really pleased with her so far. And here in just a second, I'm going to let Fendi out and I'm going to film the first interaction with her. So she's killing it.